Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of running backs who are hoping for plenty of touches to come their way. It's the Dolphins going up against the Chargers. Will this be the final season of Charger football in San Diego? I know two guys that hope it's not. That's our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the San Diego Chargers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway in San Diego. Now Damian Williams to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And leading the offense out of the field, Ryan Tannehill, the QB, and he's been getting some extended work in the preseason, just trying to get in tune with Adam Gase's system.
No doubt about it. I heard some recent comments by Adam Gase about them adjusting to each other. And one thing Gase said that was really curious and interesting to me was he said, well, Tannehill's strengths brings out some things that I haven't done in a while, some different concepts and things that we're going to work on. And I think that's what they were doing this preseason, trying to play to the strengths of Ryan Tannehill, and it shows the flexibility of Gase as a coach.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
Second down now after the pass completion. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. Backing up. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. His tight end, Jordan Cameron, the intended target. And they're going to face a third down. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Now Tannehill, and it's caught by Parker. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score, and we'll come back to San Diego after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Holding offense.
So 20 yards to go here on 1st down. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
False start. Offense.
Tannehill throwing again. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Well, Charles, last week we did some fantasy draft talk, and we've got more drafts coming up this week. The Madden draft on September 1st that I'm in, so give me a few names. Who's poised for a breakout?
I can't wait to follow this throughout the year and see how you're doing.
You're going to laugh at me.
You know you've gone into the Shark Tank here.
I have.
All right, some big-time players, but what little bit I know about it, I know you've got to start with a runner, right? Is it a Todd Gurley? Is it a Ezekiel Elliott? Is it an Adrian Peterson? I keep hearing Antonio Brown from Pittsburgh Steelers may be the #1 pick for everyone all throughout fantasy world.
Odell Beckham up toward the top as well.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'm telling you something, I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you my sleeper on that. Jordy Nelson with the Green Bay Packers. He is back. He's ready to go. And Aaron Rodgers is motivated this year. I think that there'll be a big-time connection.
Offense.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down. Throwing again is Tannehill. It's caught. Stills right side. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Frank's kick is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Now it's Franks following the made field goal to send it away. Brandon Oliver now on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. One receiver left, that's Allen. Rivers to throw it. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Second down, Rivers. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Wake in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. And able to break. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Drew Kaiser now. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. Landry now on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On first down, Tannehill finding time. It's caught. Cameron left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Back to throw, Tannehill. And the catch made by Leonte Carew. A good pickup there, 22. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
Now to throw on first down. He's got time. Going deep here for Allen. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report, here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both the Chargers and the Dolphins have very low rushing totals. It has not been an effective part of either team's game plan, and you wonder if either side will give a more concerted effort to run it in the second half. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now they've got it at the 44-yard line. Tannehill's got a completion here into coverage. Won't be brought down until he makes it to the 34-yard line. But they'd be unable to capitalize, missing a field goal later on the drive. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. Look at the spin. Still on his feet. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. One man in the backfield is Gordon. He'll get the football here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. He's got time in the pocket. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A big play there for San Diego. 61 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Rivers surveying the field, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by the rookie, Xavier Howard.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Let's see if the defense tries any pressure here on 3rd and 8. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And, oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Out comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Going underneath for Gordon. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So this hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after another, but at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been a pretty doggone entertaining game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pitcher's duel in baseball, don't you think? The aficionados can appreciate a tightly fought game like this.
Yeah, but the fantasy players, not so much. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Chargers, their defense heading back out there. They've played great football so far. Now can they push this one to overtime? That's the question.
It's almost been a stalemate, hasn't it? And in fact, on the scoreboard, it's exactly where we are. All even. You don't want to make that mistake now that gives up a big play. I remember doing a game a few years ago. Falcons at Steelers to start the season. It was that type of a game, and it ended on one quick sprint in overtime, and a great defensive effort was wasted at that point.
And they're hoping to avoid that here. Tannehill now to throw. And caught by Cameron right side. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Tannehill. And an alley to run. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And now San Diego getting set to go. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
Tight, tight, watch left. Tight, tight, watch left.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Finding time. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Antonio Gates that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
Now Rivers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. So now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Chargers are winners here as we say so long from Southern California.